Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about the role of technology in delivering the curriculum. Let's start. As we all know, technology nowadays has been part in our everyday lives and it's getting better day by day. In various things that we do, we can truly integrate technology, so as well as in education. So let's get to know what is the role of technology in delivering the curriculum. Technology helps deliver the curriculum effectively by enhancing the teaching and learning process. It aligns with the vision of creating an electronically enabled society where education is high quality, efficient, and accessible to everyone. So, what's the role of electronic curriculum in education? So, the e-curriculum is designed to match the rapid growth of information and communication technology, or ICT. It integrates technology into education, ensuring that both teaching and learning are modern and digital. This system supports outcome based learning, meaning the curriculum focuses on producing competent, skilled, and tech savvy students. As we can see, there are a lot of advantages of e curriculum in education because it's very convenient, and if you're going to surf in Google, you can find information everywhere. But you must be vigilant on choosing what is the reliable sources. Okay. Aside from that, the goal of using technology in education is to develop 21st century skills among students. It's because these skills can prepare students to thrive in a technology driven world. Of course, we're not getting musty over the years, but instead, technology will be developing over the years. That's why students need to adopt these changes and for the complexity of technology for the upcoming years as well. Aside from that, in order for them to be competent in the field that they want to. Because if they gain a lot of knowledge in technology and manipulating or navigating the e-curriculum, they will be advantaged to, or they will be having an edge to some of their competitors in the field. By the way, the following 21st century skills are critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, information literacy, technology literacy, flexibility, initiative, problem solving skills, and so much more. And now let's go over with the instructional media. Technology use in teaching is called instructional media or learning technology. It is divided into two categories. We have non-projected media and projected media. When we say non-projected media, these are tools that don't require devices to display content. On the other hand, projected media is the opposite. These are the tools that need devices to project content. And the following are the examples. In non-projected media, we have real objects, models, field trips, kits, printed materials, visuals, and for the projected media, we have the overhead transparencies, opaque projection, slides, film strips, films, video, VCD, or DVD. Additionally, we also have visual boards and audio materials in non-projected media, and computer or multimedia presentation and opaque projection in projected media. So why is it very important to choose carefully the tools needed in teaching? So of course, so that the tools would be suitably or fit to the lesson or teaching objectives of the teacher. Because there are instances that if you're just going to choose impulsively what tools you're going to use when teaching, it wouldn't be aligned with your objectives. So therefore, that's why it's better to carefully choose what suits well to your lesson. Because, for example, in mathematics subject, we should really need to have a solution. So it's very hard if you're going to use projected media. So that's why it's better to use non-projected media so that they can visualize or the student can visualize the solution and they can easily access the solution as well because you're just going to write it on the board, right? And another instances can, if you want to inspire or motivate students, it's better to use the video clip. And that's where you can use the projected media because it's more engaging and interesting in their eyes. And it wouldn't be tedious for them as well. By the way, these primary rules are based on the framework of technology driven teaching and learning that is called TPAC. As you can see here, this is the diagram of TPAC. First, we have the content knowledge that answers the question, what shall I teach? Second, we have the pedagogical knowledge that answers the question, how shall I teach the content? And lastly, we have the technological knowledge that answers the question, what technology will I use in order to teach the content? And all these three have a direct interconnectedness because as you can see here we can combine this TPK, technological pedagogical knowledge, and for the PC key we have the pedagogical content knowledge, and for the TC key we have technological content knowledge, and that results TPAC. That's why there is a significant impact of these three in teaching learning process. Moving on of the factors in technology selection. When choosing which technology to use for teaching, there are four important factors to remember. The first one we have the practicality that answers the question, is the equipment available or affordable? If not, will producing the needed materials be cost effective? So, in short, when we say practicality, it talks about the availability and affordability of the technology or resources needed for teaching. For example, if the school don't have any internet, as a teacher, it's you responsible to look for alternative. Instead, you can use the tutorial software. That's better. Because the purpose of this is to ensure that the chosen technology does not place a financial burden on the institution or teacher, while still delivering effective education. Second one, we have the appropriateness in relation to the learners that answers the question, does the technology match the learner's ability to understand? Or will it keep them engaged while ensuring they learn? In short, it refers to the chosen technology that aligns with the learner's needs, abilities, and level of understanding. For example, we all know that younger children prefer to have more colorful, interactive visuals, while the older students may find detailed simulations or advanced tools more unengaging. That is why you need to choose instructional tools or media that is suitable for their level, for their age, and for their comprehension. You can use for the older students the simulation or scientific experiment, and on the other hand, for the younger or elementary students, you can have the educational game that focuses more on colorful things and fun games. And what is the purpose of appropriateness for learners? So the technology should not just entertain, but also facilitate learning in a way that matches the student's comprehension level. That should be the objective here. Third one, we have the activity or suitability. It's somewhat related to the second one, connected, still connected. And it answers the question, does the tool fit the type of activity? For example, will it motivate students, provide information, or enhance their hand-on skills? In short, it talks about the technology should fit the intended teaching activity or purpose. It should still align. It should still align with the objectives, teaching objectives. And for example, if the goal is to motivate the students, well, a game-based platform might be more suitable. And if the goal is to deliver complex information, a tutorial video or detailed presentation might work better. And for hand-on skills, tools like simulation games or interactive tutorials can be more effective. And what's the purpose of suitability? So, of course, it will ensure that the chosen media directly supports the type of learning experience the teacher wants to create for her students or his or her students. Yes. Next, lastly, we have the objective matching that answers the question, will the chosen media help achieve the specific learning goals? Of course. So in short, when we say objective matching, checking if the technology helps achieve the learning goals or objectives set for the lesson. For example, your topic is all about the verb. So you integrated a lot of engaging materials or media games. However, does it attain your goals or teaching goals, objectives? You need to ensure that you're not just going to impulsively choose whatever you like, whatever tools you like, and didn't met what it's supposed to be measured. Okay, and the purpose of this objective matching is to ensure that the chosen technology is not just interesting, but also contributes directly to achieving the desired learning outcomes. Now we'll go over with the role of technology in curriculum delivery. Technology in education is evolving rapidly, and it is reshaping how learning is delivered. There are three current trends. The first one we have shift to student-centered learning. A long time ago, in traditional era, it was teacher-centered learning, wherein the teachers are the dispenser of knowledge. However, it was not being used nowadays anymore. It's because we switches into the outcome-based learning wherein the students' learning is focused. That is why students really need to perform something. Right here, teacher focus less on giving information and more on guiding students to explore, think critically, and learn independently. So they are responsible for their learning, and the teachers right here is just a facilitator. Second one, we have the holistic learning approach. From the word holistic, it talks about the teaching approach that focuses on developing the whole person, including their intellectual, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. So that is why in here it means that education now develops cognitive, which relates to our mind or our thinking, and psychomotor that relates to doing, wherein our body are involved, and emotional relates to feeling, are affective skills rather than just memorizing the facts. The last trend is the increased use of ICT. Computers, the internet, and digital tools are now essential for teaching. This trend is growing as technology becomes more affordable and accessible. And one evidences of that is the one that I've talked earlier is the e-curriculum or electronic curriculum. Now we're done with the three current trends or the rule of technology in delivering the curriculum. Now we'll go over with the four primary rules of technology in education. First, we have upgrading the quality of teaching and learning in schools. So that's one of the primary rules of technology in education. The technology enhances the quality of lessons, making them engaging and interactive. Second one, we have increasing the capability of the teacher to effectively inculcate learning for the students to gain mastery of lessons and courses. So by the help of technology, teachers deliver complex topics and manage lessons more effectively. So they empower teachers. Yes. Next, number broadening the delivery of education outside schools through non-traditional approaches to formal and informal learning, such as open universities and lifelong learning to adult learners. So it simply means that expanding education beyond the classroom. For example, open universities and online courses are making education accessible to more people. And that's one of the perks or benefits of integrating technology in education. It's not just going to be limited inside the classroom, but in all areas, internet or universities, because you can still learn a lot of things by using the internet courses. There are a lot of opportunities there present as well. Number four, last one, we have the revolutionizing the use of technology to boost educational paradigm shifts that give importance to student-centered and holistic learning. Simply means that revolutionizing learning approaches. That's the key point to remember there. So technology supports a student-centered and holistic educational system that can prepare the students for real world challenges. Yes, and let's summarize again the four rules of um, technology in education. Again, the first one we have the improving teaching and learning. Second, we have empowering teachers. Third, we have expanding education beyond the classroom. And fourth is more focusing on revolutionizing learning approaches. So I have here one example for the role of technology in education, which focuses more on creating effective visual materials to PPT slides. So when making PowerPoint presentations, follow these criteria to ensure they are clear and engaging. First, we have the visual elements, which focuses more on the font should be consistent and easy to read. Second, limit to two font styles and keep titles short, no more than 6 words. Next, use contrasting colors for readability. This is very important factor that you need to be focused on when creating PPT slides because especially if you have a lot of students that has eye problems, so this is very helpful for them. So you need to combine the colors effectively and correctly. Next, avoid too much text, no more than 8 lines per slide so that it will be visible until the last row of students. Next, lastly, include appealing graphics or interactive elements like arrows or bold text. And for the overall look, the presentation should have balanced alignment, proper color schemes, and a neat style. Lastly, the additional information of integrating technology in education is we have the hypermedia tool, which means combines text, audio, images, videos, and animations to make learning more effective. So this is still very useful because especially the kids love to watch more animations because they always say, wow, teacher, that's so cool, like that. So we have here a lot of examples for hypermedia. The first example we have the tutorial software. So what's the use of tutorial software? It provides step-by-step lessons on a particular topic, and it usually includes explanations, practice exercises, and quizzes to help learners understand and master the subject. Example is a math tutorial software that might teach algebra concepts through interactive lesson and then let students practice solving equations later on. And what's the purpose of this? Again, it guides students at their own pace, making learning more personalized and allowing for independent study. Second, we have the simulation games. This is very fun because it really engages the students with their peers. It promotes collaboration. And for the simulation games, these are digital games designed to mimic the real life situations uh, or or processes, and they allow students to experience or practice something in virtual environment. Example: a business simulation for business students. And it might help students manage a virtual company, teaching them decision making and skills in finance, marketing, and operations. And for the purpose, students can learn by doing without real world risk, making it safe and engaging way to develop practical skills. Lastly, we have the online tools like Winicon for economics. So it is an online tool specifically designed for teaching economics, and it provides interactive content, tutorials, graphs, and simulations to explain economic principles. And example for that, a student learning about supply and demand can use a Wanicon to adjust factors like price or production and see how it affects the market in real time. And again, the purpose of this is it makes abstract concepts easier to understand by visualizing them and offering hands-on learning experiences. And it's away from risking. Yes. And for advancement in information and communication technology or ICT are continuously improving how lessons are delivered, making education more dynamic and accessible. And that ends with my topic, hoping that you learned something in this video. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.